Hello, and welcome to another Marvel Snap video on a fresh account. Today we have 6 more mystery cards to open, and we'll see what tools we have to work with and build a deck. Our first mystery card is Doctor Strange, who works in the movement style decks, although in the early card pool there's not a lot of payoff for this, so we'll probably not end up using Doctor Strange. Next we have Claw, a fantastic ongoing card that puts 6 power to the right of where you place the Claw, and can be a nice power push in locations that you either already have filled up or that you can't directly play cards to. Next we have Apocalypse, the big payoff for the discard strategy. When you discard this card from your hand, put it back with +4 power. So if you can combine it with a few other discard effects, this can get very large and can win games out of nowhere. Then we have Hulkbuster. Merge this card with a random friendly card at this location. This card can help boost the power of a card without taking up a spot in the location, and if you have a way to take advantage of that, such as Mirror Man, you can make some pretty powerful plays. Then we have Angel. When this card is destroyed, this flies out of your deck to replace it. This can actually remove a card from your deck if you happen to not draw it before you draw your discard effects, and can be okay, but it'll just be an okay 1-cost card for now. And lastly, we have Mantis. If your opponent played a card here this turn, draw a card from their deck. This is nice to get some information about what they're playing with, and you take a resource away from them. With that, let's get to building. Alright, so here's the deck we ended up building. We're going to be focusing on Onslaught, who doubles your other ongoing effects at this location. And the 2 ongoing effects we're looking to double are Blue Marvel, who gives all of your other cards +1 power, and Ka-Zar, who gives all of your 1-cost cards +1 power. So if we have all 3 of these cards in a lane, we actually give +4 power to all of our 1-cost cards. As a result, all of the cards in the deck, aside from these 3, are 1-cost cards, and they are the best 1-cost cards we had access to. If you happen to have a Korg or a Squirrel Girl, those are excellent additions as well. We're not playing Quicksilver, because we're going to have more than enough 1-cost cards. We don't need one starting in our hand, pushing us further away from our combo pieces. And we're not playing Blade, because although at 3 power, Blade is pretty strong, we don't want to discard one of our combo pieces, or even our 1-cost cards. We are going to be able to flood the board early, and if we miss one of our combo pieces, we'll still be able to push all of the remaining 1-cost cards in our hand onto the board. This deck has the nickname Zoo, which is originally a magic term for decks that play tons of small creatures, and since all of our cards are 1-cost, the name fits perfectly. With that, let's hop into some games. Our first location is Mojo World, which will be pretty easy for us to fill up, and we might even be able to sneak a win there on the last turn by destroying a 1-cost card they commit to this location. Let's start with the Nightcrawler, since that's flexible and can move wherever we need it to. They destroy our Rocket Raccoon, which actually gets us closer to our combo pieces, so that is actually a benefit. We have the Ka-Zar, so let's go ahead and commit a couple more cards here to Mojo World, and we will be able to take out the Yondu on the final turn if we don't draw the Onslaught. We won't want to play to the center location until we have our other combo pieces in hand, as the rocks will be very detrimental. They play a Korg, which gives us 1 rock anyways. We have the Nexus, so we're going to want to push a lot of power there. We do have the Ka-Zar and the Onslaught, so we're going to be able to buff up our cards pretty well. Let's pass for now. Hope to draw a couple more cards to play on turn 4, or turn 5. Their Scarlet Witch gets rid of the location, and so now we're dealing with Lumeria, which won't matter. And we do have the full combo in hand. So we're not actually going to be able to fill up Mojo World now. If we go that route. We'll see what we draw. We might skip on the blue marble. Actually, let's play blue marble, and then we'll be able to play 3 cards next turn. We'll skip on the onslaught. Their Khazar is buffing up their 1-cost cards, but we're gonna surprise win Mojo World by removing one of those cards next turn. Iron Man doubles their power at their location, so they think that they have this one. I don't think they retreat if we snap. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna play Mantis and Rock. The Rock is actually 1 cost, so we will get +2 on the Rock here. And Electra will surprise win Mojo World for us. They play Namor to the middle lane, but that is not gonna be enough. And that is an easy 4 cubes. Victory. Electra can be a nice surprise to steal away power from a lane the opponent thinks they're winning, and it made for a huge swing here where our 1-cost cards beat out an Iron Man. Let's hop into another one. Next up is Star-Lord. Sanctum Sanctorum means we were not going to be able to directly play a card to that location, but Nightcrawler should be able to move in there for us. Let's take the shot on the Rocket Raccoon. Didn't work out. We'll commit a few more cards to Hala. We destroy their Mantis, and they play a Lizard. Thanks to the Nightcrawler, I'm actually okay temporarily filling up this location. We're unlikely to draw our full combo, so let's hold the Angel for now anyways. See what we're working with. We can always play that on the last turn. Because we do draw the Onslaught.
Opponent snapped.
They snap, possibly thinking that they're going to destroy our cards in Hala, but the Khazar is going to give us a decent power buff there, and actually now they lose their cards. And let's play the Hawkeye to get the buff from Onslaught next turn. We can move out Nightcrawler and play our Angel. We could snap here, but they might retreat, so I'm gonna just go for the 4 cubes. And currently we're winning Sanctum Sanctorum, so this should be pretty easy. They play Cable to take one of our cards, which is likely only going to be a 1-drop. They have a Nightcrawler of their own, but thanks to our Khazar and now our Onslaught, our Nightcrawler should be a lot bigger than theirs. They might have a Khazar of their own for this turn, but that won't be enough, since we'll be getting a double Khazar buff. And they end up just retreating. But we would have pushed quite a lot of power with this Onslaught play. let's hop into one more. So we won't want to commit anything to Murder World just yet. Let's start with the Ant-Man. We already have the Khazar and the Blue Marvel. Yondu destroys our Rocket Raccoon, which is unfortunate. It's one of our better one-cost cards. But we already have 2 of our good combo pieces, and Onslaught Citadel to make it even more ridiculous. Let's go with the Mantis and a Yondu of our own. Yondu destroys their Nightcrawler, which isn't too beneficial. Well, now our side of the board is full with Raptors, but the Raptors are one cost, and we draw our full combo. Let's snap on them now. This might actually look like it was bad for us, but we're gonna get a very large power buff. So they play a Wolfsbane, and now they think they have that lane secure. But we get to play Khazar into Blue Marvel into Onslaught for a huge power buff to our board. Onslaught's ongoing effect to double our ongoing effects is going to be quadrupled, since that ongoing effect will get doubled. Now we get to play our Blue Marvel. Jessica Jones will easily win the Murder World, but they're not going to have enough power to overtake us in Onslaught Citadel unless they have Iron Man and a good 6-cost card. Depending on what they do play here this turn, as fun as it would be to Onslaught, maybe it's worth playing 3 of our 1-cost cards over to Murder World just to spread our power. So they play Angela, and Scarlet Witch, taking away our bonus. But we still get to Onslaught. Iron Man would buff this to 8, doubling to 16. Onslaught is going to be 9 power. So this should still be enough, and we'll just toss Nightcrawler out, even though it's not going to matter. So we don't get quite as big of a buff now that the Citadel is gone for Onslaught, but this should still be plenty of power. Because we double the Blue Marvel buff, the Onslaught and the Khazar even get buffs, and the opponent just retreats.
Victory.
But that was the full combo in action. You can push quite a lot of power, and had Mantis been over in Murder World, we might have actually just won all 3 lanes. So that was the deck in action. I hope you enjoyed the games. If you have any questions or feedback for me, make sure to leave those in the comment section below. In the next video, we'll be opening some more mystery cards and building a brand new deck to try out on ladder. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.